Great Mother speaks.
I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary. Hello, welcome to Great Mother Speaks. I'm Tammy Taylor, your manifestation muse, and today we're talking about... To ancient man, darkness represented death, and the shadows one's impending doom. But with the veneration of Great Mother, Divine Mother energy, and the observation of her lunar cycles, we slowly began to recognize the variant energies that she embodies within us. Through the cosmos, we are either one sun sign or another. As the sun travels through the constellations, we are either one ascendant, a rising sign, or another. As the sun arrives at the horizon at the very moment of our birth, location, and time. And Great Mother is represented in us and through us as our emotional nature through the moon sign we were born in, and that engulfed our very being, the time of our incarnation. These readings are about how we really feel, really think, and what we know. In this full moon season of the Taurus moon in Western astrology or tropical astrology, and in the Aries full moon in sidereal or Vedic astrology, what we're looking at is what we know in the northern hemisphere as the darkness comes upon us and we begin to celebrate the light season, and what we are coming to believe in the southern hemisphere as the external light of the sun is increasing and we externally plant seed in hoping that we know what will grow. For this, we must understand that in order to utilize the energy of Aries, that leader, that initial point that comes through the constellational wheel of life, the astrological wheel of life, that soul that is very clear about the purpose of its incarnation is manifested physically in the increasing sun of the southern hemisphere and planting of the seed. Likened to that, with the Taurus full moon, we can say that that second house on the wheel of astrology is that grounded leadership, that grounded self-assertion, now secure in the soul, self-reliant and safe within itself, now ready to cultivate what needs to be grown within. In the northern hemisphere is how we interpret this. It's an internal process within in the northern hemisphere as the darkness sets in. So the full moon light represents the light that is within us as we assert our identity in this world anew. And also, as we secure ourselves, we begin to reassert our safety and knowing who we are in the world. It is a simultaneous looking ahead to enjoy the winter while anticipating the spring, and looking ahead with what we are newly planning in the spring, enjoying the winter. So enjoying where we are in this full moon is what Great Mother is coming through and sharing with us at this particular time. Recognizing wherever you are, she is there. However you interpret her presence your life. She is there, and specifically with regard to her lunar energies, she's coming through to you in your moon sign. Welcome, Capricorn moon people, to your November full moon reading. Whether you are reading your sign from the Western, where the full moon is in Taurus, or it is in Aries for the Vedic, Great Mother is resonating with you, Capricorn moon people, with where you are now. She is speaking to you about a situation, circumstance, a relationship, an emotional situation. Of course, our moon sign is really, 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 really how we feel, our soul vibration, our just, our reactions to things, just that sincere, authentic reaction, feeling about ourselves, our vibration that is the impetus for all of our action and for what we do. She's coming through and she's saying that where you are with that, your soul energy right now is either disappointed or relieved. And she's saying that because some of you are really at a point where you have been on a journey. You've been pursuing a relationship, pursuing an occupation, pursuing a project, a mode of thinking. Maybe there's been an experiment, an emotional experiment, where you've been observing a shift from one mindset to another, and you've been kind of playing it out. And it hasn't gone according to what you've expected. But you were encouraged to do this by Great Mother. Your intuition, of course, Great Mother, she speaks to us through her lunar phases and through the shadows of our intuition, of our premonitions, and of our waking and sleeping dreams. And so you've been guided to this action, but now you feel kind of disappointed because the path has diverted from what you thought it was going to be. Or you are relieved that the path has diverted because you really, in the end, didn't want to do it. You were just being obedient. And it kind of feels like, oh, wow, I'm glad I was obedient to the unction that I received. And I was really in alignment with what my spirit was saying. But it doesn't look like it's going to turn out that way, and that's okay with me. So wherever you are with this, Great Mother's coming through, and she's saying that the transformative opportunity for you is to see what is as it is. So if to you it is a situation where you feel like you have been let down by Great Mother, and you feel that your intuition was guiding you to feel a certain way, and now you see that that's not coming to fruition as you expected, see it for what it is. Recognize that you are disappointed, and that there is a higher reason, there's a higher insight that's available to you. This is not the end of the road. You are going to continue to receive the intuition, the premonition, and the guidance that you need. It's just that the timing is an issue, because we're looking at some lunar phase cards that are talking about the last 2 weeks. Within the last 2 weeks, this has become clear to you about this situation, and that you're going to have to divert paths, or it has become clear to you that because you're diverting paths, you were really relieved because you really did not want to pursue what you thought it was going to be. And so what Great Mother is saying is that right now, in the full moon phase, you are needing to express how you feel, and you are needing to own how you feel. You're needing to actually let the entire vibration go through your body. See, it's been kind of held up in the higher frequencies of intuition, of premonition, and all of that. And it's really time for it to come down, because we have your full moon card, Brigid, the triune goddess, the inspiration, the eternal flame within you. Great Mother doesn't want you to overlook that. It's the full moon phase now, and it is in the throat chakra. And so, the throat chakra is governed by, the planet Mercury of communication, and we have Gemini and Virgo energy here. And so maybe there's someone that needs to know what you've been experiencing and what you've been going through. Many times when we're on an intuitive experimentation, when we're paying attention to our unctions and we're just kind of seeing what plays out, other people obviously aren't privy to that, and we may not share it with them, but now is a good time, Great Mother is saying, to share with your loved ones, to share with people what's been going on with you, and that you are coming into your own. Or you can express it creatively through your artistry. Maybe you're a singer, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a blogger. It needs to come out through your body. Maybe you need to cook a meal for people this weekend that you haven't seen for a while, or just even for yourself. Own that power that you have to follow your intuition or not. It's very important that you do that, because that is truly free will. We have free will, we have presence, and, we have an opportunity to really look at choice in a conscious way. And so there's a difference between choice, free will, and presence as it relates to where we are vibrationally. Presence is where you have been. You have been present to listen and to receive the guidance as indicated here by your angels. Angels help us to live in that loving detachment from the material physical realm, that survival realm. They really help us to follow our higher guidance and inspiration. And so that's presence. When we get into choice, then we're saying, okay, well, I'm present and I've been guided to do this. And so I'm going to choose to follow this intuition, what I know. Or I'm going to just say, hey, I'm going to let that kind of pass me by because I need more confirmation. Okay. And that's what these readings really help us do. Get clarity, that balance, find that peace within our presence, and then the confirmation that we need to follow through, because we are free will beings. That brings us to the physical, the material space of free will. Only through that conscious awareness do we have free will. And free will is in our actual conscious state as we are, choosing the life that we want to live based on the confidence and awareness that we are guided each and every way, each and every day. So that's where you are right now, Capricorn moon people. You really are kind of at that place of shining your light and acknowledging that expression. And the full moon in Taurus is telling us that, hey, you really want to pay attention to what's important to you value-wise, what's important to you in terms of the things that you have in your life, the people that make you feel safe and secure. Now, being present, we have that within ourselves, but because we are in a material world and amongst others, the shadow side of this for you is showing up as not really being able to see those people clearly around you. That's why it's coming up that maybe this expression is important during this full moon, is to affirm for other people how important they really are in our lives. Because when we learn to live the law, that is the connection between the gut chakra and the third eye. So we have the third eye that's seeing past the illusion, that's seeing the truth for what it is, being connected with the shadow side that may not be, the shadow, of course, is what's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or unflattering. We may not be acknowledging that part of ourselves that really is feeling the truth of the situation, but is not responding to that. So that's what learning to live the law is. We have to learn to respond to what we really feel. And we do that by embracing the shadow. We do see again here the third eye card right next to the gut chakra card, where it's saying that, embrace the shadow. Embrace that there has been some challenges accepting what this path has been for you. It's been a little bit rugged, and it will feel that way and appear that way as long as we are in the physical form. As long as we are in physical form, the intuitional path will be rarefied because it is not a physical sensation that is going to tell us beforehand what we need to know. In the physical realm, we live based on the past. Okay, our entire neurological, physical framework is based on what we know in the past. Even our bodies, hereditary, everything is based on the past. And that's what we know. We base everything on what has already happened. Light travels here and we don't see it until, so many, years later. That's why they call it light years. We live in the past. And so what happens is we have to have faith. And so Great Mother's coming through and she's saying that that part of you that is difficult to embrace in this journey needs some love. So embrace that part of you that's uncomfortable, unflattering, or an inconvenient truth that is making following your intuition difficult. Love up on that a little bit. Love on that part of you that's afraid. It might be the little self in you that, never was encouraged to love that part of yourself. And you always had to have a reason for why you did something. Or it might be that part of yourself that has been so insecure from ever since you could remember that you made yourself have a reason as a way to create that Taurus energy security, that we have during this full moon phase coming through. Full moon is the full illumination, the fruition of the energy. And so the fruition of Taurus energy is calling to us to be very clear about what that means for us. And so what does that mean for you, Capricorn moon people? What does security mean for you? What are the values and the truths that are most important to you and in your life? What makes you really feel secure? And Great Mother's coming through and she's saying that by embracing that part of you that has been rejected or has had to put up kind of a front to try to be in touch with your true self, but has been disappointed in the process, identify who that is within you, what that is within you, and have compassion for it. Of course, if you are relieved and you're happy, then you are already learning to live the law, and you are already in a place where embracing the shadow is something that you have done because you followed your intuition despite your fears. And what Capricorn moon people are doing, all in all, is resonating with what that center is for you. Okay, you have 3 third eye cards here. One in the new moon, which was 2 weeks ago, and the opposite of the full moon. You have one in the crescent moon, which is right after the new moon, and one in the moon phase that's directly after the full moon, the waning gibbous. So Great Mother is saying that you will find the center within the next week or so after the full moon. Okay, Capricorn moon people, you will realize that you have within you what you need to find that peace, to find that equilibrium within. It's just a matter of embodying the transition. You are going through a transition, and this has been happening since the new moon. Both of your new moon cards here, Maya and Durga, have to do with seeing what truly is as a result of a change. And so since the new moon, there has been a change that's made you see a reality that has made you shift course. And what Great Mother is saying is that as you traverse this threshold and you go into a new world, you're going to
even deepen your intuitive grasp. And as a result of this experience, you're going to be able to surrender more easily to what is to come. So the boundaries have more to do with crossing over into another place, crossing the boundary, going into a new place. And for some of you, it may have to do with boundaries being very clear again about what those Taurus-like qualities are for you and upholding those in your life. You know, what it truly means for you to feel safe and secure, and defining those things for yourself in a way that is responsive to what you're receiving from your angels, to live in loving detachment. Because, of course, security is often associated in the material realm with being attached to things, feeling safe as a result of having or possessing things. And that's why the angels are center here in your spread, because they are assisting you to be able to accept things as they are without conditions, and accept people as they are without conditions, including yourself, in a way that amplifies your sense of presence, because the outcome that is available for you is androgyne. Androgyne is the law of destiny and free will. And Great Mother is assuring you that through this experience, you will find that your personal expression of yourself and of your needs is going to be clearer and clearer to you and to others. We have the fifth chakra here in the center again. You're going to be able to actually, again, because of this deeper connection with your intuition, as we see through the yin symbol, you're going to, with the double yin symbol, have a greater ability to live this out in the world. Androgyne is the masculine and feminine aspect within us through our birth parents and Great Mother, Father, God. With the third quarter half moon, it has to do with release, forgiveness, and letting go. This has been a journey for you, and so just release that as a learning tree, and as you continue to climb and evolve, your angels, guides, and ancestors are with you, supporting you in growing your intuition stronger, and trusting what you know better. Great Mother has spoken. Thank you so much for listening, subscribing, and sharing. Remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother,